In this video, I'm going to share Rhonda Byrne's teachings, which really took my manifestation to the next level. I'm Rohit, and I've been studying law of attraction for years now, and I help people expand their awareness and help them create their dream life and dream reality. So The Secret is a very famous book. You might have heard about it, you might have read it, or you might have seen videos of it online on YouTube or DVD. Actually, my mom bought the book. It came with a DVD as well, almost 10-15 years ago. I think more than 10 years ago. And I was curious, and I read the book, and I watched the video, and I was like, oh, this seems like a woo-woo thing. I don't know if it actually works, and I'm not sure. And I kind of dismissed it. I read it, and I thought maybe it might work, it might not work, but I kind of dismissed it. And then after 10 years, when I had some really real struggles, and I didn't know what to do, I turned to manifestation, I turned to law of attraction, and then my life suddenly changed. And magical things, magical manifestations started happening. And I was like, okay, so this manifestation things actually work. Now what do I need to do? So I went back and I revisited The Secret. I reread The Secret. I rewatched all the videos. And now, because I was coming from a different angle, and my consciousness was more open to receiving all these nuggets of wisdom in The Secret, I caught it. And I realized it, that the Secret has a lot of great information. It has a lot of great information which I overlooked in the past. Okay, and I read it, but I did not register. It didn't register in my mind. So I was like, okay, this time it really works. I'm going to try it. So the very first thing which I found, which I looked and I read it, but I never really seriously took, is that manifestation, or your subconscious, whenever you use law of attraction, it doesn't think in negatives. It doesn't think in don't. So for example, if you think about, I don't want to gain weight, 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 what ends up happening is you end up gaining the weight. So this happened to me, despite my exercising, despite myself practicing about learning a lot about dieting, about exercising, and I was doing juicing and all these things. I was still not getting the results. I was still gaining weight. I constantly kept gaining weight. And then I read a couple of manifestations books, and I revisited The Secret, and she mentioned it very clearly in the book, that the universe does not think in don'ts. So now then what I started doing is, instead of I don't want to gain weight, I started saying to myself in a very simple manner is, I feel healthy, I feel wonderful, and this juicing I do, it makes me feel great, it makes me feel wonderful, I feel vital, I feel vitality in my body, I feel energetic, I feel this and that, and I kept saying that, and I keep visualizing what I wanted than what I did not want. And those same actions which I was taking, like I do Tabata exercise, which is like 5 minutes, I do juicing, I still have the juice with me, here you can see, it's carrot and ginger juice. I kept doing that, and slowly and surely I lost weight in an effortless way. I didn't force anything. I was doing the same things, and I had better results. And I realized that universe really does not think in negatives. So what we really need to focus on is, what do I want, instead of what I don't want. I remember going to this very important meeting, and I was going to this meeting, and I was thinking to myself, I don't want to be late, I don't want to be late, I don't want to be late. And I booked a cab early so that I reach beforehand. But what ended up happening, the cab came to a wrong address, and then I had to call the cab again. And then the cab came to my address. There was a traffic jam, and it was raining, and I was late to the meeting. And I realized, okay, if I think I don't want to be late, I don't want to be late, what I'm saying to the universe is, I want to be late, I want to be late. And that's what ended up happening. And it really shook me for a while. And then I thought about it. Let me think about this thing. So what do I really want? I want my journey to be peaceful, nice, wonderful, effortless. I do not want this constrictive tension and thinking about if I'm going to be late to my journey. I want easy, free-flowing, wonderful ride. So whenever I went out, or whenever now I go out or go on a meeting, especially an important one, I always say, my life is wonderful, I'm going to have this joyous, wonderful, peaceful ride to work, or peaceful, wonderful joy to this meeting, or to this date, or to this business opportunity. Whatever it is, I say to myself, I'm going to have this wonderful, joyous, lovely ride to wherever I'm going. And guess what ended up happening? More lovely, more wonderful rides. And it's hardly ever that I'm late to anything. So that's wonderful. And that is what always happens most of the time to me. And that has been a huge game changer, because I read this before, but I never really seriously implemented it or thought about it. But now I think about it a lot more, and I'm more conscious of it, and I implement it a lot more, and I get the results a lot more. Okay, so that's point number 1. Point number 2 to understand is universe and we are one. So if I and the universe are one, and if the universe is abundant, that means I come from abundance. So I am abundant. Same thing for you. If you and the universe are one, and since universe is abundant, you come from abundance. So there is no lack. There is no competition. There is no if I make this and take it away from someone. For example, for wealth, it was a big roadblock for me, because I always kept thinking, if I become more wealthy, I'm taking away from this person. If I become more healthy, maybe not so much about health, but mostly about wealth. If I'm becoming more wealthy, I'm taking away from this person. It's like there's only so much of it to go around. And Michael Beckwith also mentioned this in one of his books and in one of his videos. I think even in Secret too, he mentioned that there's no lack in the universe. There's no fight for, okay, we just have this much. There's more than enough of it to go around. So when we create wealth, there's more wealth than it has ever been in the past. There are more skyscraper buildings on this planet than they had ever been in the past. There's more wealth going around than it has ever been in the past. And more wealth is created. More hospitals have been created. More health programs have been created. More wealth programs have been created. More and more information has been created. More of this thing has been created. And there's more than enough for everyone on this planet. So we have to realize that the universe is abundance and we come from abundance. There's no lack of love. There's more than enough of love. I feel love all the time. From the universe, from people I meet, random strangers, from anyone. Even from my clients, from my students. I feel like I'm loved. There's more than enough of love. There's no lack of love. There's not a limited amount of love to go around. There's more than enough. And the more I get, the more I give, and this is more and more, and it's like an upward spiral. I have more and more and more of this abundance. So that was a big shift for me to really realize it. And a small tip she mentioned in the book is, if you're really struggling with this, what she suggests to give some money away. It could be 5%, could be even 1% of your income. So you can just give that money away. And what it tells your subconscious mind is, the more money I make, the more I give away, right? So that 5% stays the same, but the more money you make, that 5% increases in value, and the more you give away. So it is kind of a way to get the message to your subconscious mind, is that there is no lack, and the more money I make, the more money I'm able to give away. You don't necessarily have to do this exercise. For me, this exercise helped. But now, after doing the exercise for a while, I really got into this state of abundance, of infinite resources. I think we live in an infinite universe, abundant universe. There's no lack, there's no competition, and I just get more and more of everything. There's more and more of wealth created, of health created, more and more of love, abundance, creativity on this planet. So there's no lack, there's no competition. And that was a huge shift. And then when I had this shift, more opportunities, more wealth, more loving relationships, all these things kept coming to me. They kept getting attracted to me, and it has been wonderful. Sometimes I fall into this scarcity paradigm, but I always remind myself, I and the universe are one, you and the universe are one, and since universe is abundance, you are abundant just by this fact. So these are the 2 points, and the third point I wanted to share. So Rhonda Byrne mentions in her book, and this is the third point that she mentions, is to let go of the how. She also mentioned Neville Goddard, and Neville Goddard, if you would have read any of his lectures of his books, he really says to just let go of the how and just to live in the end. So when you're living in the end, you just have what you desire. You're not concerned about the how it happens, right? So this is a story about a couple. exactly can't remember where I read it. Maybe I read it on a Facebook group or in a book, or I heard it on YouTube. There was this woman and this man, and they were struggling with money, and they got divorced, and the woman was still struggling with money, and the man started reading about law of attraction and all that stuff, and within 2 years he inherited $2 million. He inherited $2 million. And this woman was upset that why her husband got that money and she didn't. And later on, it's like her husband let go of all the resistance, and he really stopped thinking about how the money will come. He just started doing his own thing, and he kept going by his own stuff, and he started practicing different kind of law of attraction techniques. And eventually, he manifested that much money. And I also know another person who was in a similar situation, and they kept thinking they will manifest this money through a business deal. And they were so hell-bent on this business deal. They were like, I want to make money through this business deal. This is the business deal. This is the way how I will make the money. And I was just focused, and that person was just focusing on the business deal. But what ended up happening is somebody from their family gave them a lot of money. They wrote them in their will, and that person inherited a lot of money. He never thought that even that person who gave them the money had that kind of money. So they just gave it away, and he received it. He didn't receive it through a business. He didn't receive it through a job. For a lot of us, we might think, oh, I want an extra $500 or extra $1,000, and we might think it is the job which will get us the money, or it is the business deal that will give us the money, or it is the it will come as a gift or some kind of a coupon or a refund. We have these certain ideas, and we are so fixated on the how. We really have to let go of the how. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just drop that weight off your shoulder. Just let it go. Just let go of the house, and just live in the end, and just know that you already have it. And in time, you will have it. You don't really have to be concerned with the how. Just let it go. And just live in the end, and believe that you already have it, and live like you already have it. And things in your 3D world reality will align, and that money or that health, that relationship, whatever you want will come to you. That is the power of manifestation. So that's all I wanted to share in this video. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you had any more experiences, or if you have any more tips from Rhonda Byrne, I would love to know that. Please post them in the comment section below. If you learn anything from Rhonda Byrne or from The Secret or any of the other authors I mentioned, like Michael Beckwith or Neville Goddard, please mention that in the video. And this is a key tip I want to leave you with before I end this video is, when we go looking for it, when we go looking for the answers we want, oftentimes the answer is right there. The answer is very close. So when I realized, I started having faith in law of attraction, and when I reread the book, The Secret, the answers were right there. They were already there in the book. It's like an old saying, when the student is ready, the master appears. And this is exactly what happened with me. So when you go and stay in that state of consciousness, all this information which is already circulating in the universe will come to you, will become more noticeable. Excuse me. All this information which is going on in the universe will come to you, will become more noticeable to you. And that is all we need to do. And we have to just let go of this resistance and live in the end of what we want. And remember that we live in an abundant universe. There's more than enough of everything on this planet. In this universe, not just this planet. You might have resources coming from other planets soon. So we never know. So thank you. I hope you have a fantastic day. And until then, take care and good luck with your manifestations. Cheers.